We're cruising through downtown Denver, taking a mile-high look at 3 unconventional homes.
Awesome, that's all I have to say.
We bought a building that looks like a frat house.
It just has that character and that feel of the warehouse. If there was ever a wow moment, this is it.
I call it as I see it.
I don't know if you can feel this vibration or not. They feel extremely temporary.
For everyone to see.
I'll see.
The camera loves our space.
And the biggest bang walks away with all the bucks.
Obviously, there's some things in our place that aren't finished. 10 grand would be awesome to have.
Denver, Colorado sits at the foot of the Rockies and has a mile-high reputation of being one of the most livable cities in the country. But the city had to reinvent itself following the oil boom bust of the 1980s. That's when people started buying old abandoned buildings and creating unconventional homes. I found 3 couples who each laid down about $275,000 for unique whole home renovations. Alex Torres and Teresa Caballero turned an urban eyesore into a chic oasis. Brian and Priscilla Mark,
and it does, look at that,
found renovation inspiration in a 125-year-old church. And Tracy Weil and Keelan Smith started with a junkyard garage and added on and up. We're going to find out which homeowner did the best job of transforming an old abandoned building into a unique but livable home.
Hello everyone and welcome. I'm Vern. This is Heidi Finn, and together we're going to be putting your $275,000 projects under the design and real estate microscope. Now, we're going to use 3 criteria for your critiques. Did you embrace the uniqueness of your building? Are your spaces still livable? Did you make creative and interesting material choices? You've all talked about other projects you want to do. Heidi, maybe this prize will help. $10,000 worth of cash. Okay. Alex and Teresa, you're in the hot seat first.
No pressure.
Okay, I'm gonna race you.
Dodging cars on one of Denver's busiest streets doesn't faze Alex Torres and Teresa Caballero a bit. In fact, they purposely bought on Colfax Avenue because the Capitol Hill neighborhood is infamous for its poets, hipsters, and hustlers.
We love it because we like the craziness.
It's crazy, but it's close to everything.
It's fun. It's fun. I mean, we never get bored.
They found a 100-year-old abandoned warehouse and fell in love with the idea of starting with a blank slate.
We bought a building that looks like a frat house from the outside.
It doesn't really matter what is outside. It's basically what we have created and what we share inside.
We're right off Colfax and nobody even knows.
We can see outside, but nobody can see us inside.
Yeah, we're technically invisible, which is good. We like being invisible.
This place was a mess.
It was a mess, yeah. To go upstairs, you needed to climb a ladder. And there was no water, there was no electricity. I think people thought really that we were completely crazy.
I think they did. It's functional, it is ample, it is interesting use of materials.
We wanted the kitchen to be completely integrated to the entertaining area because we love entertaining, and that was really one of the reasons why we wanted a bigger space.
That was the concept, basically have something centrally tying the entire structure, which is those stairs.
We almost kill each other, we almost kill our budget,
yes.
But we are super happy and we love this space. Oh, Vern, if you like crazy, unusual stuff,
Is that good or bad?
then it'll be awesome for us. If you don't, then we're in trouble.
Heidi, I absolutely love the fact that this is an unconventional warehouse type space and they have embraced the volume, because people who are looking for these kinds of spaces don't want conventional volumes.
I love you, Vern.
I totally agree, but you know what buyers are going to want? They're going to come into a house that's 5,000 square feet and they're going to want a bigger kitchen. They started with a clean slate. What were they thinking? This could have been twice the size.
You think it's small?
I look at these walls and I think, cool.
Oh, nice.
I like the fact that they've thought I can internally light walls.
Those are nice.
That tile wall is awesome.
That's great.
And I've worked with this polycarbonate material before, but I look at the fact that they have lights inside these walls and I think, how are they going to change these light bulbs? If you have to unscrew every single one of these bolts in order to change a bulb, you're not going to be a happy camper. Not too practical.
It's not that hard to think of. Well, it takes time.
I would have loved to have seen a stainless steel frame, some opaque glass instead. Now, I very much appreciate the fact that they kept the old floors, but if these were my floors, I would have completely resanded and refinished them. I mean, you could get splinters from these things.
Wear slippers.
I think buyers will love the space because it gives the appearance of a lot of light, a lot of volume, a lot of square footage.
No, I totally agree. And I am so curious about the rest of the house. Let's go see it.
Absolutely.
Heidi, I think Alex and Teresa did such a nice job with these stairs. I love the unconventional material, it's steel, and I love the fact that it embraces the volume.
Yes.
I think this opening is brilliant. I love the fact that it's not completely finished out. It just has that character and that feel of the warehouse. Heidi, this is the master bathroom, obviously, and I have to say, I love the creative use of this plastic or this laminate.
Oh.
It's that creative solution that people are looking for in these unconventional spaces. It affords you privacy, but at the same time, it allows natural light to permeate, and I think that that is masterful.
But here's the problem. I think buyers are going to think this floor plan stinks. When you walk into, from the hallway, you're going to walk right into the toilet and the bidet. That seems like a big no-no.
I can totally see what you're saying. I also look at this exposed copper plumbing and I think it's beautiful. It's unconventional. I love the fact that you can see it in the ceiling. What doesn't work for me is having it right here where you can touch it because it's metal. It's going to conduct heat.
It doesn't ever get like that. We tested.
I mean, we're talking about a $10,000 prize, pretty significant. And I don't know, because they really kind of missed the mark for me on many of the livability issues.
My heart kind of went out for a little bit for them because I didn't want to be in those hot seats at all.
When they tell you that your baby is not perfect?
My baby's perfect.
Yes, yes, but...
I'm feeling a little more separated from the 10 grand prize money because I see all the things that still need to be done in our place. One for you, and this for you. Sit pretty.
Brian and Priscilla Mark searched high and low for the best dog-friendly neighborhood in Denver, but with all of the amenities of city living.
We're in Platte Park neighborhood, and we like it because of Pearl Street. It has all, I think there's about 6 restaurants in two blocks. We could go there tonight, and you're paying for it.
Just a short walk from Pearl Street, they found a beautiful 1888 church to turn into their own private sanctuary.
A friend of ours told us this church was up for sale. I just like that it's unusual, it has a lot of character.
Throughout our unending renovation process, we had to figure out how to make it homey.
It was very dark.
What we decided to do is divide it so we could have a dining room here and a little sitting room over there. And so we decided to put these fireplaces in. I actually did all the masonry work. We really like to go shopping for antiques, and we feel like there's a little bit more soul in them, and they fit, obviously, where we live. For what we enjoy and how we like to live, people might think we're a little crazy, but I really enjoy things like heated floor. You know, you go in there and there's marble, or you're looking at the old stone work. I've seen Vern's critiques before in many shows. Most of the time, Vern is pretty right on for what he's saying.
It's pretty.
Heidi, I absolutely am in love with these doors. They have so much character, they're so rich, and it really sets up this anticipation of the fact that they've really embraced the uniqueness of being in a church.
Really cool.
Then you walk through and you think, oh my gosh, I've just had this most delicious appetizer and now I'm getting steamed rice and vegetables for my main course. There's nothing wrong with it, but there's nothing special.
I like our kitchen.
Yeah, I like it too.
I hate that the cabinets don't really go all the way up. Celebrate the volume that you have here. I want to feel like I'm in a special home. I'm in a church that's now been converted, and I don't feel that.
You know what I really think they did right in this kitchen is this is really the heart of the house. And what they did with this island is they actually made this functional and very livable. You can have an entertaining space, you can have kids doing homework, and it really makes this a very social interaction.
All right, well, I'm really excited to see the rest of the space. Let's go look.
All right.
This is everything that the kitchen is not. They have totally embraced the architecture of having a home inside a church.
It was great that they had the foresight to replace the windows with the exact architectural integrity of the original.
Which is exactly what people want. They want you to embrace the character, they want you to preserve the uniqueness, but at the same time, it has to be livable. And energy efficiency with windows is a big deal, especially when they're that magnificent and that huge. Now, the other thing that's magnificent and huge is this fireplace. It shows that they didn't just march on down to the home improvement store and pick up standard supplies. This is a creative use of materials, these beautiful stones, these really large timbers. I mean, this is really appropriately scaled for this space. All right, I want to see the other side. Awesome. That's all I have to say, really.
Wow, look at that. Oh my.
The choir loft, it's completely open to this great room. They preserve that architecture. That's the character, the uniqueness that people who want unusual homes are looking for.
Thank you.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's pretty nice.
Buyer's biggest problem with this space is that master off the dining room. It just lends itself to a floor plan flaw. It doesn't flow as well.
Well, yeah, she's right.
At the end of the day, we're talking about a $275,000 total home renovation. And I think that there were some really unique things that they did very, very well. I really just wish they celebrated the uniqueness more in the kitchen.
I think they did a great job.
I'm pretty confused now.
It was nerve-wracking.
The great room is definitely intimidating.
I would love to just read a book in that little living room area.
The kitchen is such a big ticket item. If he doesn't like the kitchen, then that's a real negative.
My only critique here with this false wall is there's really no privacy.
That's totally nerve-wracking. Are you kidding me? Oh, we love it around here because we're right by the Platte River, and there's a lot of wildlife running around.
It's got the bike path, and I can ride my bike all the way to work.
The Platte River runs through Denver and is just steps away from Tracy Wiles and Keelan Smith's unconventional whole house renovation. The old but up-and-coming industrial neighborhood gave them the character they were looking for and cheap land.
We're in the River North neighborhood, and it's a little bit industrial, a little rough around the edges. There was actually a junkyard here. The guy used to fix cars in the garage.
We definitely saw a lot of space to add on.
We pretty much added the entire building that we have here onto the garage.
Well, it was really pretty weird to tell our parents that we bought a junkyard.
They're like, what? What are you doing? You bought a junkyard and you're building a building on it? You know, and it wasn't until they actually got here and saw the finished product that they were like, wow, okay, I really see the vision that you had. What I love about the space is that, you know, it can be an art gallery 1 minute, we can have a party, we can have friends over. It's just a completely flexible space.
And since Tracy is an artist, the first floor serves a dual purpose of art gallery and a living space.
I teach a painting class, and the space really works great for that.
I like the Mod Lounge. This is a space we created with curtains that are sheer, and they just come down, and it defines the space, and it also creates privacy if you need it. The tower is where we splurged.
We put the staircase on the outside of the building, and then before we knew it, we had a 3-story tower. It's my dream house, you know? This is my very first house I've ever had. It's also got sort of that wow factor to it. I think Vern will really appreciate it.
The camera loves our space.
Heidi, I love this big open space.
That's good so far.
Yeah.
When people are looking for unconventional homes, they're not looking necessarily for really chopped up traditional rooms. They're looking for big, wide open, expansive spaces.
Buyers will also think the use of light with the skylight, bringing it from the top, might help add to that industrial feel and give it some natural light.
When you're looking at an unconventional home, you're looking for a creative use of materials.
Don't say granite, please.
You're looking for something a little bit different. And these are just completely standard cabinets purchased at a big box retailer.
That's true.
I would have loved to have seen them take this whole garage aesthetic, that industrial aesthetic, a little further. You know, rough-hewn timbers, stainless steel, maybe some tool chests.
Well, it's bang for your buck. We didn't have much money, so, oh well.
This is a very unconventional use of materials. Instead of having walls, we have netted drapery, and I think it's effective.
I think my only critique here with this wall, this false wall, is there's really no privacy.
No walls.
I'm not sure how this will really translate to a buyer.
I love that they embrace the spirit of being in a garage. I just wish that this whole wall back here were garage doors instead. You know, take it that step further.
It's not a garage.
It's an art gallery.
I'm going to disagree with you from a buyer standpoint, Vern, but let's go see the upstairs.
Okay.
He's gonna walk on it.
I actually love the fact they took a swath out of the floor and they replaced it with this plexiglass so that you can connect light from up on the roof down to the space below.
Yeah, it lets the light right down to the gallery.
Yeah, that's cool.
I think this is very cool, and I think that's exactly what people are looking for. They're looking for that creative use of materials. However, you think, okay, I better not wear a bathrobe first thing in the morning. You got to be careful about that decision.
We're not shy.
Vern, where are you?
Ah, there she is.
Where are you?
I'm right up here, and this is why it's not livable. I mean, you have a guest bedroom. It's pretty much sleeping in your bedroom. Outside of a nursery, I'm not sure how this is going to be attractive to any buyer.
Not only is it a bad idea to have this box within a box bedroom concept.
Here we go.
I mean, Heidi, I don't know if you can feel this vibration or not, but these are just polycarbonate walls. I mean, they feel extremely temporary. And although people are willing to embrace unconventional materials in unconventional homes, it still has to be substantial.
It's cheap.
I'm pretty much sure that I saw a tower when we drove up. So let's go see if we can find it.
Go to the tower,
That's
yeah.
the best part.
I mean, Heidi, come on. If there was ever a wow moment, this is it.
This is what a rooftop deck truly should embrace. It has city views, it has front range views, and it has a view of the river.
And what I can see from here is that they really embraced that garage industrial aesthetic. They have the galvanized roof, the galvanized siding. I mean, like these big timbers. I mean, really smart, creative use of materials up here.
Absolutely. I really love it. I think buyers will really appreciate this.
Tracy and Keelan spent, on average, $275,000 on this project. And I think they did a lot of things right. Lots of hits, but really lots of misses, too.
I agree.
Oh, it wasn't too bad.
Thank you.
It's very cool.
It definitely felt like we were being grilled, which is what we expected.
Oh, their house is really nice. But having a room within my room, I definitely thought that was a problem.
Well, 10 grand would be awesome to have because obviously there's some things in our place that aren't finished, so we could throw a little money that direction and have a little party at the same time. Yeah?
This is not going to be easy because we have 3 unconventional homes that were all like very, very different. You know, it's not like comparing apples to apples. For example, I think that this particular project did the best with embracing the uniqueness of their location and their architecture. I feel like this one really did the best with creative use of materials, and this space for me by far felt the most livable. If I had to eliminate one of those spaces, I would eliminate that one. I just feel like this one is maybe just a little bit stronger.
For our criteria, I totally agree with you.
This is who's winning.
Yes, this
They're gonna get the $10,000 prize. How's everyone doing?
Good, a little nervous.
A little nervous or a lot nervous?
A lot.
Really? It's time to find out who got the biggest bang for their buck. Now, as a reminder, we used 3 criteria in judging your $275,000 unconventional total home renovations. And by the way, you all did an excellent job. Alex and Teresa, you guys really excelled in selecting innovative and creative materials. We loved your countertops. We thought your stairs were beautiful and sculptural. However, we did not feel that your spaces were as livable as we would have liked to have seen. I'm sorry to tell you that you did not get the biggest bang for your buck.
You're never gonna talk to me again.
Brian and Priscilla, your kitchen wasn't as innovative and creative as we would have liked to have seen. It didn't seem to embrace the spirit of a house being inside a church. However, your great room excelled at embracing the uniqueness of your structure. It was gorgeous. Tracy and Keelan, your bedroom within a bedroom for us was not livable on any level. However, you guys excelled at embracing the spirit of having a home within a garage. We really felt like you selected materials that were reflective of the industrial aesthetic. Thank you. So who's it gonna be? Congratulations, Tracy and Keelan. You guys got the biggest bang for your buck, and you are taking home the $10,000 prize. Good job, good job.
Oh my God.
Woo! Yes!
Congratulations.
Can't breathe.
I think we did a good job. I'm happy that they saw what we did, and I appreciate it a lot. The greenhouse, new fireplace, something like that. Yeah, for sure, definitely. Into the house again.
Really difficult to put a house inside a structure that wasn't meant to be a house, and all 3 were spectacular. But ultimately, Tracy and Keelan did such a superb job of embracing the industrial aesthetic of having a home within a garage. From their material selections to the livability of most of their spaces, it was just an absolutely successful project.